So we're standing in an exhibition that I've been working on as part of a fellowship with the Queensland Museum over the last year, and it speaks to our own traditional story, but also compares that with the story of a settler within the region called Gregory Flaxland. And he's come into this area to settle, and the whole exhibition talks about the experience from both sides. People that are familiar with my work, they may know that I've been involved with the Burnett River petroglyph story, which is still an ongoing story, but for the duration of the year with the fellowship, I felt that it was important to go back to the origins of where this all sort of began and started to turn into a different story. We live in a town that's agricultural, but the settlement of this place prior to that was quite intense. And there were a lot of things that happened that started to silence and remove the Indigenous voice. And then agriculture and the nature of what Bundaberg is now started to develop and take over. And so I felt that it was important to kind of bring that other voice back into this and balance it out a little bit so that people can make their own minds up. The fellowship was the first initiative, or the first initiative of its kind with the Queensland Museum. And from a research perspective, I was able to really hone in on what my goal was, which was going to be this exhibition. One of the things that I've found really common with some of these stories as I share them, I can't help but think that there's a generation of people that feel a little bit ripped off in that they either haven't been told the truth or they didn't know these sorts of things. And the pattern of the silence that sits around these sorts of events lingers for a very long time. It is generational. When you walk through this exhibition, you'll come to the back wall and you'll see what we call our Golmari shields. So the shields are reflective of us in this region, and artefacts are an amazing way to look at people and see their connections to place. They're a reflection of people that have fallen. So we talk about the Paddy's Island massacre. I think that's something that most people are aware of, but they're not so much aware of the events that led up to that. And so I thought it was really important to honour the people that have fallen, on both sides, mind you, not just from a First Nations perspective. And that's what you see when you come into this gallery, is that we're honouring people. And it's not just any one side, but both sides. This whole exhibition, it's the idea of humanity. What are the things that really connect us together and make us who we are, as opposed to what our differences are? I'd like to think that potentially there's something in this room that they're connecting with, and then that there's a process, a thought process of reflection that lingers with them when they leave. And if that's a thought, or that's something that stays with that person and it encourages a conversation, be it a positive one, hopefully, to me that's a job well done.